Jimin's absence at the VMAs, Jungkook showed an attitude that made the ARMY overwhelmed. The prestigious MTV Video Music Awards, VMAs, 2025 music awards are in the spotlight of the world, especially for ARMY who are looking forward to BTS's presence at the big event. However, the atmosphere changed when Jimin was not seen on the red carpet or inside the venue, making many fans wonder about the reason. In the midst of ARMY's disappointment and worry, it was Jungkook's figure that became the center of attention because of his warm and touching attitude. Since the beginning of the show, Jungkook seemed to keep a confident expression. But ARMY's sensitive eyes seemed to imply a longing for Jimin's presence. The moment was even more moving when Jungkook mentioned Jimin's name during an interview, saying that one part of BTS feels lost tonight. The simple remark immediately made the ARMY on social media flood of tears. Not only that, when the camera panned him in the audience seat, Jungkook was caught wearing a small ring that had been seen being worn at the same time as Jimin in a live broadcast. ARMY also considered that it was not just an ordinary accessory, but a silent sign of support shown by Jungkook for his friend and colleague. When BTS was announced as the winner of one of the categories, Jungkook went on stage and thanked not only ARMY, but also specifically mentioned Jimin's name. To Jimin, I hope you watch this. "I'm proud of you," he said in his trophy acceptance speech, which immediately made the venue rumble and social media uproar. The ARMY's response was remarkable. Many wrote that Jungkook's attitude proves the close bond between him and Jimin, not just a coworker, except family. The warmth made Jimin's absence feel a little relieved, because Jungkook in his way managed to present Jimin's presence in the middle of the international stage, immediately after Jungkook's trophy acceptance speech. BTS-related hashtags immediately dominated trending topics on various platforms, ranging from Twitter, X, Instagram, to TikTok. One of the most attention-grabbing hashtags was hashtag #WeMissYouJimin and hashtag #ProudOfYouJungkook, both trending together in just minutes. ARMY from all over the world shed their feelings, ranging from concern over Jimin's condition to the point of feeling moved to see the way Jungkook cared for and respected his absent colleague. Many soldiers wrote about how deep the bonds of friendship between Jungkook and Jimin were. They considered that Jungkook's words were not just a formality on stage, but came out of a sincere heart. One fan even said, when Jungkook mentioned Jimin's name, it felt like Jimin was really there. On TikTok, snippets of Jungkook's video mentioning Jimin in his speech are widespread. Thousands of comments full of crying emoticons and hearts. There are also fan-made video edits that combine Jungkook's moments on stage with old clips of Jimin supporting Jungkook, creating an emotional nuance that makes many people shed tears again. More than that, Jungkook's attitude is also considered one of the highest forms of loyalty that is rarely found in the entertainment world. Many media outlets highlighted how Jungkook not only appears as a shining solo star, but also as friends and brothers who always remind the world that BTS is family. ARMY also made thousands of fan art, photo edits, to long posts that contain appreciation for both. For them, the moment is clear proof that BTS is not just about musical achievements, rather, it is also about the value of friendship, support, and sincere love for each other. Some fans even suggested that Jungkook's speech that night could be one of the most iconic speeches in BTS history at the awards ceremony, because it brings together a sense of emotion, pride, and longing that is so deep. Since the news of Jimin's absence was announced, a lot of speculation has sprung up among fans. Some Korean media reported that Jimin is recovering after undergoing intense medical treatment. Although the agency did not provide full details, these rumors made the ARMY even more worried and wished him all the best. There were also speculations that Jimin was focusing on preparing for his solo project, so he had to skip a big international agenda like the VMAs. Given how meticulous Jimin was in each piece, chances are he was putting his full energy into creating something the ARMY would be proud of. However, the most talked about is the allegation that Jimin actually intended to attend, but in the last seconds his body condition did not allow it. This was reinforced by Jungkook's statement on stage that felt very personal, as if he knew very well the struggle his friend was facing. When Jungkook said that Jimin was always in BTS's heart, many considered it not just a phrase, but a small code that Jimin actually wanted to be there too. In addition, ARMY on social media also alluded to how Jungkook looked a little different that night. Despite appearing full of confidence, his gaze occasionally looks wistful, especially when talking about Jimin. Many fans felt that Jimin's absence put an emotional burden on Jungkook, but it made his attitude even more moving. Interestingly, some fans also associate Jimin's absence with BTS's grand strategy. It is possible that Jimin is preparing something that will be released at the same time as the group's special moments, so his absence at the VMAs is just part of a bigger plan. ARMY believes that every step of BTS is always full of meaning, and maybe it's time for Jimin to give an unexpected surprise. Although speculation continues to grow, one thing is certain is that the ARMY gives full support to Jimin. They flooded social media with messages of encouragement, prayers, and wishes for Jimin to stay healthy and be back with BTS soon. In fact, many fans wrote that they were more concerned about Jimin's health than just his appearance at the awards show. After the event, several media outlets and staff in attendance reported that Jungkook did not immediately dissolve in the victory celebration. Although his face still shows pride in BTS's achievements, there are times where he can be seen being alone for a moment in the backstage area. One of the crew members even mentioned that Jungkook stared at his phone many times, as if waiting for important news or messages. Speculation grew that he was communicating with Jimin, who could not be present that night. Soon, rumors got stronger when there were fans who managed to capture the moment Jungkook smiled a little while looking at his phone screen. The ARMY also believes that Jimin may have sent a personal message to encourage or congratulate. The warmth of Jungkook's expression amid the fatigue of the event seemed to be proof of how important Jimin's presence was in his life. In addition, several other BTS members were also seen paying attention to Jungkook, as if understanding the mixed feelings he was experiencing. RM, for example, had patted Jungkook on the shoulder with a warm smile, while Suga and V were seen trying to cheer him up with a light joke. However, many considered that the only figure Jungkook was most waiting for that night was Jimin. This incident was even more touching when, after the event was over, Jungkook shared a short message through the fan community platform. In his writing, he thanked the ARMY for their incredible support, but added one sentence that touched the hearts of many people: "I hope we can all be complete here." Although not naming names, the ARMY believes the sentence was intended for Jimin. This moment is a big talk on various social platforms. Many fans have written about how strong the emotional bond between Jungkook and Jimin is, even when they are not in the same place. Others said Jungkook's attitude was a clear proof that their friendship goes much deeper than just being colleagues on stage. This story reaffirms that BTS's friendship and togetherness is more than just music. Even if one is not present, the other always ensures that their togetherness lives on. And that night, Jungkook has shown how a small gesture can leave a big impression that is so deep for all who watched.